In the dead of night, with rain lashing down on a small town, a little girl's desperate sobs cut through the silence. She was clutching a phone, her voice trembling as she pleaded for help. "Those men won't let my mommy in the hospital," she cried, her words choked with tears. Her mother was gravely ill, her breathing shallow, and, in the girl's mind, the hospital was the only place that could save her. But outside its doors, a group of men stood as a barrier, turning a place of healing into a fortress of fear. Neighbors peered from their windows, wondering if this was just a child's nightmare or a real, unfolding emergency. The raw terror in her voice left no doubt every second was critical. Just when all hope seemed lost, a new sound shattered the night's quiet. It wasn't the storm. It was the unmistakable, earth-shaking roar of motorcycles. The sound grew from a distant rumble into a powerful thunder that vibrated through the streets. The Hells Angels had arrived. Known in local lore for their fierce loyalty and an unshakable sense of justice, they had heard the child's cries. Rumors of their presence spread like wildfire. They were bikers, feared by many, but they lived by a code that put protecting the innocent above all else. Tonight, that code had brought them to a little girl who needed them more than anyone could imagine. Within minutes, the gang descended upon the hospital gates. The men who had been blocking the entrance froze. They had never anticipated this a force that moved with such precision and authority. The Hells Angels didn't speak, they didn't negotiate. Their sheer presence was a statement. The game had changed. The intimidators suddenly found themselves facing a wall of unyielding determination. The angels of the night were here, and they weren't asking for permission. Inside the hospital, the staff had been struggling, the tension from outside threatening to spill into the sterile halls. Then, like a storm breaking, the bikers arrived. Their presence was electric. They made it clear that absolutely nothing would stop this mother from getting the care she desperately needed. The little girl, still on the phone, watched wide-eyed as the motorcycles lined up. The roar that had seemed so menacing moments before now felt like a shield. Her fear began to melt away, replaced by a sense of awe. It was as if a force larger than life itself had answered her call. Her sobs turned into hiccuping gasps of relief. A light had pierced through her darkness, a light that roared on two wheels, clad in leather, and adorned with patches telling stories of a fierce commitment to an unspoken code of honor. The men who had blocked the way were no match for this. One by one, the obstacles vanished as the bikers cleared a path. The hospital doors, once barred by fear, opened like a miracle. Inside, the medical team sprang into action. Doctors and nurses, accustomed to emergencies, were still struck by the spectacle unfolding outside. The bikers had bought them precious time, transforming the hospital's anxiety into focused urgency. As the mother was wheeled into the emergency room, the beeps of monitors became a rhythm of hope. The little girl's cries finally softened into murmurs of relief, her pleas answered in the most unexpected way. This wasn't just a story of fear and danger. It was a story about loyalty, humanity, and the heroes who emerge when a life hangs in the balance. In a world quick to judge by appearances, these bikers showed a side of themselves seldom seen. Profound compassion and unwavering bravery. The innocence in a child's voice had called forth a courage that lay deep within these men who lived on the margins of society. It was a powerful reminder that heroism doesn't always wear a uniform. Sometimes it arrives on two wheels, roaring through the night to answer the call of someone in need. As the storm outside finally calmed, the little girl could at last breathe. She had witnessed something extraordinary, the power of courage and the strength of unexpected allies. The Hells Angels didn't wait for thanks. Their mission was complete. They had acted, they had protected, and they left as quietly as they had arrived, leaving the world forever changed by their presence. The girl's mother would recover, and the echoes of that night would live on in the heart of a child who had seen real-life heroes in action. News of the incident swept through the town. Amid the whispers and embellished tales, one truth stood firm. A child's plea had mobilized a force that many feared but few truly understood. In that incredible moment where innocence met experience, a life was saved. In the days that followed, the little girl would tell her story to anyone who would listen. She spoke of the fear, but more so of the bravery of the strangers who became her protectors. She described the roar that turned into a shield and the incredible kindness hidden beneath a rough exterior. Her story reminded the adults who heard it that the world isn't always as dark as it seems, and that heroes can appear where we least expect them. Her mother would never forget the night her daughter's cries brought a biker gang to her rescue, a powerful testament to the unpredictable, yet extraordinary kindness that exists in the world. And the little girl would grow up knowing that bravery comes in many forms, some expected, and some roaring to life on a motorcycle engine. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please give it a like and subscribe for more incredible true stories. We'll see you in the next video.